This video is presented by the EA Creator Network. Thanks to EA for letting me get early access to capture this footage for you guys. This footage is captured on a work in progress build, and what's being shown is subject to change. All right, one cool little add-on in Madden 26 is in a franchise. At the end of all the games, there's a weekly recap. They go through red zone style and pull highlights out of some of the games. Sometimes they're your team, sometimes they're not. Sometimes it may be other people. If you're in a multi-user franchise, it'll be them instead. It's pretty neat though, and it is narrated by Scott Hansen himself. It's kind of cool. I got through the playoffs in year one of this franchise build. We ended 10-7. I'm actually just going to sim out the rest of the playoffs and see who Madden says wins the Super Bowl. We're just going to find out strictly watching the weekly recaps from Scott Hansen. All right, so starting off with the divisional round, a weekly recap.
Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Some big games to get to. We start in Buffalo. The Bills at home to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's the Buffalo defense coming up with the big play. Ball is loose. They pounce on it, and then it's off to the races. A scoop and score for the touchdown. The Bills find a way to get it done. The number 4 seed knocks out the number 5. From there, we go to Indianapolis. We'll check in on the Colts as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's the veteran Robert Woods. Make it a 70-yard touchdown grab. The Steelers will live to fight another week. They're moving on to the Divisional Round. One more to show you real quick. It's over in Tampa, the Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And this is Rashad White. He's going to get in from 6 yards out. The Buccaneers will live to fight another week. They're moving on to the Divisional Round. So that'll put a bow on this one. For all the hardworking men and women here in Orlando, Scott Hansen saying goodnight. We'll see you next week right here on EA Sports.
Big dubs for the Bills. Big win against the Bengals in the wild card round, not divisional round. Next on to the divisional round, where I kind of anticipate this to be a little bit more difficult. All right, divisional round against the Chiefs. I already don't even want to see how this game goes. I've gone through this as a Bills fan every year, right? So hopefully things will be different this year. Let's go ahead and check it out. Scott, please give me good Bills highlights.
Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Some big games to get to. We start in Buffalo. The Bills at home to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's Khalil Shakir. He'll take it all the way to the end zone. What a play for the score. The Bills are moving on. They'll play again next week for the AFC title. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. And this is Dak Prescott. Hooking up with his man for the touchdown here. One of 3 touchdown passes for him in the ballgame. One more to show you real quick. It's over in Tampa, the Buccaneers taking on the Packers. And this is Jordan Love. One of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Packers are on to the NFC Championship game. They get it done here in the divisional round. And with that, the divisional round is complete. We're down to 4. Next Sunday night, we will know the Super Bowl matchup.
The Bills get the massive win, finally over the Chiefs in the playoffs. God, I need to see that in real life. I'm hoping this is the premonition of things to come. Bills moving on to the conference finals. The road is not getting any easier from here. The Ravens are up next. It's one more step to the Super Bowl. I was like 6 the last time the Bills made a Super Bowl. I know, whatever. I know how old I am. But it's been a long time. So, God, Scott, buddy, I need, please, my guy, one more. I need one more big highlight to get us to the big show. Thanks.
Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Plenty to get to. Let's start in Baltimore. The Ravens at home to take on the Buffalo Bills. And it's last year's most valuable player, Josh Allen. He'll connect here on a 22-yard touchdown pass. The Bills do it again. In an unlikely path to the Super Bowl, they found their way as champions of the AFC. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys. They're hosting the Green Bay Packers. And let's watch Josh Jacobs. And this will turn into one of the best plays of the week. He's gone.
Well, here we are, the Super Bowl. Not the one I expected. Had no anticipation of Bills and Packers, but maybe this is my chance to finally see a Super Bowl. So I didn't know this when I started recording this, that after the Super Bowl, there wasn't a weekly recap. So instead, I'll just give you guys the rundown that the Bills did indeed win the Super Bowl. And here's what that looks like.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
What a moment. Commissioner Goodell set to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Buffalo Bills. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles...
There it is. Bills win the Super Bowl in the first season that I simmed in Madden 26. So kind of seals like that's trying to tell me something, right? Maybe not. But either way, there's tons of changes in the franchise. Go out, give them a try, have some fun with it, play with your friends, and then check out the weekly recap. And then maybe you'll be highlighted. Maybe Scott Hansen will call out your buddies, and they can hold it over your head for a whole week.